For this lesson, we're going to work on how to identify the subject and the verb of a sentence. Every single sentence needs to have a subject and a verb in order to be a complete thought. So like Calvin and Hobbes here, they belong together. The subject and the verb need to be in the sentence. So every sentence needs something, doing or being something. The something is the subject, and the doing something is the verb. A sentence cannot be complete without a subject and a verb. So let's try to find the subjects and the verbs in this sentence. Susie likes cheese. So the something in this sentence is Susie. And the doing something, the thing that Susie is doing, is liking. So this is your verb. Susie is your subject, likes is your verb. In the next sentence, Calvin kicked Susie. Calvin is your subject. That's the something. Kicked is the verb. That's the doing something. Calvin kicked Susie. And in our last one, Calvin and Susie are friends. In this one, you have two subjects, Calvin and Susie. The two of them are friends. The verb in that sentence is are. That's a being something verb. So you've got your action verbs, you're doing something, and your linking verbs, you're being something. Calvin and Susie are friends. One of the things to remember is to ignore all the words that describe either the subject or the verb of the sentence. Those words are extra words that are known as adjectives or adverbs. In this one, we have the witty and creative students were keen to improve their grammar. So witty and creative, those are adjectives. Both of them are describing students. The subject of the sentence is students. Because you can't have a sentence that says the witty and creative were keen to improve their grammar. It doesn't make sense because it's missing a subject. So when you're trying to find the subject of the sentence, get rid of those adjectives and go straight to the thing that is doing the action, the something. So the students, and then your verb is, were keen to improve their grammar. Another thing to remember is that pronouns can also be the subject of the sentence. A pronoun is a word that stands in for a noun. Pronouns are words like he, she, they, it, him, her. They're words that take the place of a noun. Sometimes students won't believe me when I tell them that it can be the subject of a sentence. But it is a pronoun that's filling in for something else. So it was important. The subject of that sentence is it. The verb of that sentence is was. She likes to bike. She is a pronoun that's standing in for Susie or Pauline. And the verb here is likes. They is another pronoun that stands in for a plural subject. They are, that's your verb, in agreement. Verbs are the doing or the being something. So the subject is the something of the sentence. It's the thing that's performing the action. The verb is the action. So in this sentence, I walked slowly, the verb is walked. That's the action. And the subject is I, because that's the person who's doing the thing. Sam loves macaroni. The verb is loves. That's the action that's being done in the sentence. And Sam, that's the subject. So to recap, when you're looking for the subject and the verb of the sentence, if you want to know what those concepts are, it's a fundamental part of the English language, that something needs to be doing or being something. If you're missing either a subject or a verb, you don't have a complete thought. So, is happy? That can't be a sentence because it's missing a subject. You need to put a subject in that place. So if you put Sam in that place, then you've got the subject of the sentence. They swimming. That sentence isn't complete because it's missing a verb. So they, that's your subject, but if you put your verb here, are swimming. Now you've got a complete sentence. But if you're missing the subject or the verb, your sentence is incomplete and it's called a fragment.